Dougie Fresh. Uh, I tell you what, if you wear glasses, you will appreciate this. There's nothing better than cleaning your glasses and putting them back on. I'm telling you, like the world looks completely different. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know if I got that, but it don't matter. Getting drift on this controller today. Yep, knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. Like I said, because the drift, it's every time, every single time. Because what it is, the controller can sense the button press, and so it's just crappy. And I didn't get a chance to work the drift out. I ain't worried about you, sir. Think I'm scared? You got a cheap shot. Come on. You didn't hit me no more. It was the last 2 hits you ever could get. Go ahead. Go ahead. Host was a coward anyway. Because the reason why that happens when you get hit when the match first starts is because he's got a PS5, I got a PS4, and his load in is faster than mine. And so what he does is he takes off running and gets far enough away from the boss where basically he's not the point of attention anymore, and it's the people that are spawning in. And so when that kind of stuff happens, it lets me know that I'm playing with the coward. He deserved that death. I'm glad he died. If he calls me again, he's getting blocked. Simple as that. I don't play with cowards. Fitting death for a coward. Ain't scared of no rat gun. It's pitiful. And some of y'all that play this game are pitiful. And I'll be honest with you 100%. If anybody's watching this, the reason why I didn't buy Night Rain was because I had enough of playing with a lot of you people. And I've seen this bad behavior over and over and over again. So much so to the point that I'm not going to spend $40 of my money just to keep playing with a bunch of jackasses like y'all. But what I will do is I'm going to get my money's worth from what I spent. So I'm going to play this game. I'm going to talk shit about all of y'all. And y'all can feel that. You know something I just noticed looking at this from this angle. If you look at the type of architecture uh, of Renala's castle and you compare it to the architecture of the buildings that are underground, like where the Knocks are, like they're very, very similar. We got a timer going on this, and I'm actually thinking about decreasing it at this point. I'm trying to see how much more time I have left. Yeah, we're gonna cut this back. I had an hour timer, but honestly, I don't even want to do an hour. Set the timer for 30 minutes starting now.
Welcome to the stream. Please enjoy the show.
Yeah. But it's what's funny about this game is that I remember there was a time a couple years ago where if you put, a summon sign out to get called up, um, you would get called up almost right away. And I've watched the time between call ups get longer and longer and longer, uh, which is cool though, because it was like, since I got into this game at the very, I wouldn't say, on day one, but I got into the game pretty much at the very beginning. It's cool to watch the life cycle of a game, especially an online game where it goes from being really popular and, there's things going on all the time to sort of this slow trickle of activity. And don't get me wrong, there's days where, um, the call ups are pretty frequent because you can tell there's a lot of people online at a certain time. But in general, like I've just seen the activity decrease significantly, uh, which is really interesting. I'm sure a lot of folks have gone over to Night Rain. Because a lot of people that I used to play with, excuse me, a lot of people I used to play with have gone over to Night Rain now. So that makes sense to me as well. I'm not interested in that other person at all. Be honest. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. I did it again because my fingers are like, it's all good, you know. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see, and so here's what doesn't make sense about any of that. Like I should only be playing with people according to the way that the matches go when you do online play. I should only be matching with people that are level 300 and higher. How is it you made it to level 300 and can't even beat Morgan? It'd be a different story if this was Moog. Moog's tough. It'd be a different story if this was Consort Radon. Consort Radon is tough. But there's no reason, absolutely no reason, if you make it to level 300, why you shouldn't be able to beat these bosses in the base game. The bosses in the base game are cakewalks compared to the bosses in the DLC. The bosses in the DLC are insane. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Come on now. Yeah, I'm not. My head's not in the game today. I'm like pushing all the wrong buttons, fat fingers. It's all good though. It's good though. It's good to what I've learned is it's good to play when you're feeling it, and it's good to play when you're not. You just have to not play as long when you're not feeling it. But it's good because it's conditioning. It's like anything. You're only wasting your own time. I mean, you're not getting anything from me, so I don't give. Y'all need to quit that. Play the game. I stopped casting for other people about a year and a half ago. Just cause. Just cause. Like people make me sick in this game. I swear. You knew you were in a boss fight. You knew what was going on. You had plenty of time at the point of grace down the steps to get your configuration where it needed to be. And it's on you. It's on you when you're not ready. It's not on anybody else but you. So it's waiting for people to cast for you. Cast the buffs and whatever. My controller glitched out. It's all good. Like it pulls to the left, so it's like I have to constantly keep overcorrecting to the right. See, like, and then because of the pull, it causes my commands to not work because it sees me switching directions. You two-step on this game, it punishes you. See, that happens because people are wiggling around and moving in circles and stuff. That is something I still have never figured out to this day. Why do people run in circles around Radicon if he does that? It's the clown fighters, man. You run into them all the time. Clown fighters. I'm not interested in putting any effort into this next. We're gonna switch. Not interested in putting any effort into this. See, that's the drift. That wasn't even me. It's because it pulled back to the left as soon as I let go of the controller. It pulled back into the left, and so it caused me to get hit. This guy. Of course that happens. This is Murphy's Law. Not really happy with this at all. Of course I get it. Because I was the closest, because I was the only person that was prepared. So I get penalized because I was ready. Let's steal this win. Yeah, we're going to do this for about another 18 minutes, and then we'll be done. Unbelievable. glad people stopped doing that stuff where they used to like wait right by the door so that when people came in, they would get hit too. I thought that was some of the most ill-behaved activity that I'd ever seen. Yeah, that's some good spam. Some good spam. He's not helping you, is he? The host is being accountable. Let's see. It's hit. I'm too close. This is going to be quite unfortunate. We can make this work, though, for us. We can make this work for us. We're good. Me neither, sir. Me neither.
I will not suffer.
Too early with the dodge roll. That's what happened there. You see him hesitate. That's the kind of stuff the computer does when it feels like it needs to cheat. You did a double take. What is that? That's doing 2 backflips. It's dead. I rolled too early when he touched the ground. I should have just absorbed it and then reset my counts. It's like for that particular move, it's better to be late than early. Because if you're early, then it leaves you open. It gets you from behind and then it does more damage. That was on me. But he did go up in the air and like do it. He got a lot of hang time. But that was it was a perfect example showing demonstrating that I'm not invincible. You saw how much damage I took when I got hit. So even at max level, it really depends on how you have your character built out. Like what armor set you're wearing, all that other stuff. So all of that affects how much damage you do in your talismans. All of that affects your damage. My character is built to be kind of deceptively agile, so it's one thing I pride myself in. At least with this build, as far as like the weapons and talismans, because the reality is that once you get to max level, you can do whatever you want to, as far as configurations go, without having to respec. But see, that's the thing too. It's like if you, I think the game was designed the way that it is for a specific reason. Uh, it punishes you for respecking early, because if you respec a lot in your first game run, then you run out of larval tears, and then you get locked into a build. But if you play the game again, like if you do New Game Plus, and then New Game Plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, you get more larval tears, and each time you're playing through, you're leveling up. Excuse me. And so each time you level up, you get like more flexible, and you end up getting to a point where what I've found is if you get to about anywhere between level 350 to 400, you pretty much have like a super duper flexible build. If you make it to level 300, you can have a really solid single build uh, with vigor and endurance and dexterity and strength and whatever else you're using. You can have a really nice build at 300. But it also depends too how you want to play. Some people like the extra challenge of having lower stats. Uh, I still have characters that are at level 300, or excuse me, level. I think they're at 400. I have level characters at level 400, and I have characters at level 150. Um, and sometimes I'll play with those just because I want an added challenge. But for like general purpose play, I use my max level. This is a dude that I had since we first started playing this stuff years ago. So like I find that it balances itself out, honestly. Like with the build, my play style, and having max stats, it feels like playing a new game 4 for me, honestly. I don't know how much time I have left. We got 5 minutes left. This will be our last one. You think I'm interested in that, for real? You really think I'm interested in that? Send me home. I'm not interested in doing your dumb stuff anyway. It's not my responsibility. I don't know why people feel like they got to try to set up these little gauntlets and stuff like that before you have a boss fight. I mean, this is just kill him. Just kill him. All right, we're done. Like I said, I really wasn't in the spirit for messing around with this anymore.